Hi guys, so welcome back to Real Life Gays, episode 11. So this week we opened up our show to you, the viewers, to ask us anything. So we've had a numerous amount of questions and we've been randomly picking them from behind the scenes, and Gareth, we do have quite a few, don't we?
We've ended up with 18. I've chosen 18 of the best ones we've received, yes.
Fabulous. So some of us have seen them, some of us haven't. But boys, how are you doing? How's life treating you, Gareth?
It's good, yes. I'm still not working, so I'm still filling my time with TikTok and this, and just eating and drinking everything in sight.
Rhys, how you doing? Looking good? See the tans coming on?
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm on summer holiday now, so I'm okay. I'm only working 3 days a week, so I'm enjoying the sun.
And you've got your mummy there, your mum's there.
My mummy's here. She's just popped to the shop, but I'll get her on an episode next week, I think.
Please.
That would be lovely. I'm actually back at work now. Love being back at work. So nice to get back into some type of normality. But obviously still trying to squeeze in the odd TikToks when I can. On my days off, put a load of my drafts and then post them quick when I've got a spare 5 minutes. But yeah, so over to the viewers to ask us anything.
I'm excited.
So I've not really, because they're all on my computer, I'm going to be showing them to you guys and then we'll answer them after it. I've not got a particular order, so I'm just going to randomly choose them, okay? So here is the first question. I believe this is from Rhys's nan. What is your nan called?
Her name's Aileen.
Aileen, okay. So here is the question from Aileen.
Hello, this is Rhys's nan, and here is my question. A lot of straight men are worried about gay men. They think that they will be sexually attacked or raped by gay men. As a gay man, what are your thoughts on straight men, and how would you put their mind at ease?
Okay, Rhys, because that is your nan, would you like to answer first?
First of all, thanks, Nan. Her question to me is quite a scary one. I've never really met a straight man that feels that way. There are obviously straight men that I meet and they're like, oh, backs against the wall, blah, blah, blah. Straight men have never really bothered me. I've always kind of got on with them, but I think it's because I've been brought up in a house full of boys. I've got brothers and all my cousins are boys as well, apart from one. So for me, I do get on with guys, straight or gay or bisexual or whatever. So if a straight man felt that way, my advice would be, you're not that pretty.
Get over yourself.
Get over yourself. I think I like this. Don't take it too serious. But just because we're gay doesn't mean we want to have sex with every single man. That's my.
Yes. Lee?
And it's like not every straight female wants to have sex with every straight man.
Exactly.
You know, each to their own. I've never met a straight male person that has ever really felt like that, similar to Rhys. If anything, most of my straight guy friends are just very relaxed around me, and you know, I'm just Lily. You know, there's never been a real issue. I think I touched on it a few episodes back. One of my close friends, we used to have nights out together. We used to go out straight, we used to go out gay. And the amount of times that people used to say that he said that I'm the straightest gay guy. Or people say, I'm the straightest gay guy he knows, but he's the gayest straight guy I know. So on nights out, people would think that he was gay and I was straight. And that's what I mean. Most people in my life are just so relaxed about being and so comfortable with themselves. You know, I've been out. It's just been me and another straight guy, and we've had a great night out, and there's never been any issue about people are going to think that we're sleeping together or something like that. it's like when we've touched on previously, like two gay guys can't be friends without people thinking there's something going on. Similar to two, not two, but a straight guy and a gay guy can't be friends because something might be going on. But no, I've never really felt anything like that. But if I did, you just try and, similar to what Rhys has said, just kind of put them at ease,
Yeah, relax them. Like it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
think
always-
your nan's speaking probably from a different kind of era, because
I was going to say that. Yeah.
when obviously she's grown up, she's probably dealt with a lot of men of her own age that had that view that, oh gosh, that person's gay, backs against the wall kind of thing. I don't think that is as common now. I mean, it still is, I'm sure, in certain areas, but we haven't luckily dealt with it.
No.
But it doesn't mean she doesn't know people that still feel that way. But in answer to her question, how would we reassure them? Like you guys say, we would say, well, just because you are a straight man, you don't have to reassure a straight woman that you're not going to fancy her, or your nan's words, rape her.
Strong words there, Nan.
It is a strong word, but that comes from a guy's homophobia, and it's the fear of the unknown. Back in not even that long ago, as we talked about during the Pride episode, the stigma around gay guys was dreadful. They were painted as lesser people, and people who were what's the word, piranhas, almost like they're on the attack. They want to grab a straight guy and turn them gay and infect them with AIDS. That was that kind of fear back then, and I think that's where maybe your nan's coming from.
Yeah.
It could also mean that your nan doesn't know many gay guys apart from you.
Her son, her partner's son, he's gay with a partner.
Okay.
And then she has got a best friend that's gay as well. So with my nan, I know that she has. I mean, she's here next week, so if we can get her on, I'd get her on.
Oh yes.
I'm happy to do that. I do know that she's used to gay people. I think she has still a lot of questions because she wants to understand everything about it. She's the type of person that has to understand everything before she makes a judgment on it, which is quite nice. But I see her. I understand her question, and I think you're right, Gareth. I think it is an age thing that she's talking about, because I think a lot of guys nowadays, our age, a little bit older, younger, unless they've had a different type of upbringing, they really don't care.
Yeah.
What people are. I mean, I work in a pub as well, and there are some times where I get a lot of guys making jokes about being gay and things like that. And at the beginning, yes, it's funny. Then it gets to the point where it's like, stop now. Like, just because I'm gay, it's not that funny.
Yeah.
I think it's their way of making themselves feel comfortable.
Yeah.
By kind of taking making a joke out of something. But in my opinion, like I've said before, if they wanted to talk to me, if they were scared that I was gonna rape them, I think I would tone down my gayness a little bit to make them feel comfortable, which I don't always agree with. But if it makes them feel comfortable and helps them learn a bit more, then I don't mind doing it.
Yeah, well, you kind of change how you act around certain people. If we got together, it would be Camp Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when I'm with my friends over here, there's a lot of straight couples, unless I've had a drink and we're in that kind of atmosphere, I don't feel like I have to be like, oh, hello, girl. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of be, I wouldn't say the word normal because I don't like using that word because I'm acting a wee bit straight. It doesn't mean normal. I would just tone down, like you say, the campiness, just to make them, not that they might feel uncomfortable, but just in case they're kind of like, standoffish because they're not used to that in their face constantly. You just want to make them feel at ease. So we would make them feel at ease, but at the same time, if someone does have that opinion, we would tell them to get over themselves at the same time.
That's our answer, Nan.
That's our answer. The next one is from our friend Leanne, who we met through TikTok. So here we go.
Hi guys, I've got a question for you. I'm probably older than most of the people who follow you, adore you, love you. During my lifetime, I have seen a huge change in the way the LGBT community is viewed. The acceptance level is through the roof as far as I'm concerned. I was wondering if you felt that too, and whether now that more people are seeing you, more people love you, more people realise how funny you are, if you're feeling pressure to always be on it and promoting that, or whether you feel comfortable just being you. Just wondered. Thanks.
So cute.
I know.
I love it.
So Rhys, again, you start with you.
Do I feel pressure to be gay? Sometimes, yeah, if I'm honest. I feel like some people, not everybody, but some people, when they discover that you are a gay person, they expect, oh, green, oh my God, oh, grrr, and they expect all of that. Sometimes I don't mind because I'll be like, yeah, but then there are times where I'm like, oh, I'm really not bothered today, like, go away. Yeah, I do think that we do feel a little bit of pressure. I mean, if you look at the people who represent the gay community on TV, Alan Carr, Graham Norton, things like that, they are quite camp. And I think that they are made to be that way because that's how the public understand us to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, my answer would be, yeah, I do feel a little bit of pressure. Not a massive amount, but a little bit of pressure to be constantly fabulous.
Lee?
Yeah, so like the first part, so she said about how do you feel, has things changed like kind of over the years, is Anya there, about being more accepted about being a gay person? I feel that for me personally, it has changed a lot in different areas of work that I've worked in over the years, and just general, society and things like that. I think there is still a lot more work to do in society itself. There's still, in some areas, there's still a long way to go, and even like in different countries and such. But the way I interpreted the second part of the question is, do you feel pressure to always be, the happy, bubbly gay person? It's like, show hands, hi everyone. Sometimes yes. Because I'm the type of person, I would prefer to make sure somebody else is happy and upbeat and things like that. And if you're happy, it makes me happy. So sometimes, we've all gone through lockdown. People have turned to, say, TikTok and other bits and bobs in their lives. There's, people have changed their whole life around from doing one job to doing something different. And I feel that sometimes when I put on my show face, and it makes me happy as well, because I'm seeing it making other people happy. So yes, sometimes it can be a little bit draining, but not in a bad way, because I also like being the happy, bubbly person going, hi everyone. But yeah, there you go. Gareth, what about you?
Yeah, well, first of all, to our first question, acceptance level has gone through there's still a lot more work to be done, but it's going in the right direction slowly, but it's getting. And then the next part of the question, do I feel like I need to be on it? It depends on my audience. So with you guys, I can be happy me and sad me and hysterical me. Other friends, I feel, not that I have to put on a show, but you feel that you act in a different way and maybe don't open up and go with some of your other friends or family in your life. So you kind of alter yourself depending on your company. But most of the time, I'm always on it. Hopefully that answers Leanne's question.
We love to be fabulous.
We do.
Yes.
Naturally it does. Sometimes it's the butting.
It just comes naturally.
It does.
I woke up like this.
No, you didn't.
So a lot of these questions that will kind of tie in with each question, about acceptance levels and homophobia levels and stuff. the better. So that's why I have kind of chosen ones that are a little bit different. So the next question, I'm just going to get to now, is from a lovely guy called James, who's followed our show from the start. So here is James.
Hey real life gays, my question for you is, what is something not many people know about you?
Look how cute he is.
Oh, my life is an open book.
Let's start
Everyone
with
knows.
Lee. What don't we know about you, Lee?
Oh. You know what, I know I was joking, but my life is kind of an open book. Most people who know me know kind of me inside and out, on a personal level and everything. Sometimes I feel that I'm too open. What's something people don't know about me? Trying to think of something random. Most people know everything. I like wearing odd socks. Most people know that.
like wearing
I've
odd
had 4
socks?
teeth taken out.
That's the thing, but you're odd socks. There you go.
I'll have to do one leg at a time. Purple and blue.
There you go.
I believe I
You
just did
cannot
that.
wear even socks. There you go.
I
That's
feel awkward when I've got the same socks on, like I did last night. I was like, this don't feel right.
That's so funny.
I think there's a random fact about you. Okay.
Okay.
Like Rhys?
Something most people don't know about me. I'm not really gay. No, I'm joking, I am, obviously. I don't know. I don't have any quirks. I'm boring.
I don't think that's possible.
I have never exercised in my life.
What?
Have you never?
How are you so slim?
I don't eat. When I'm hungry, I have an ice cube.
That's not true. You don't have to take that.
An ice cube and an M&M.
That's probably the quirkiest little fact. I've never really exercised.
Okay.
Where you go?
Gareth?
I would say, well, a lot of people do know this about me, but I am a Zumba instructor. So, yes, I teach Zumba, taught Zumba for 8 years now, and I'm really missing it during lockdown. So, yeah, just in case you didn't know, I'm not trying to tell everyone, I'm a Zumba instructor. That's the only thing.
So, like pre-lockdown, were you doing it like in a venue?
Yes, so I teach 3 times a week now, twice in a British Legion over in Bathgate, not if anyone knows where that is, in West Lothian, and then somewhere else, anyway, nobody will know where these places are. But I used to teach it a lot more when I was a bit younger. I used to teach it like 5 times a week, but trying to do that and work full time got a little bit too much, so now 3 times a week. And I never want to do it full time because I never want it to feel like a job. I want it to be like a little bit of fun on the side, keeps me fit, keeps me healthy, and I never have to rely on it to pay my bills. So yeah.
It's fun though, isn't it? I've heard. I mean, I've never done it.
It is fun, that's why I do it. I don't like to exercise myself, so I enjoy Zumba because it's exercise in disguise. And because I've come from a musical theatre background, Zumba is my stage, so I use it as my show.
I like that.
I've done it twice. I've done Gareth's left.
You've done my virtual class
Well
twice,
done.
and you were sore for days.
I literally was. 2 days later, my legs. I'm lying in bed. I'm like, my legs are actually killing me. What have you done to me?
I said, welcome. Thanks. So, the
That's a
next
good question.
question. It was a good one. There's a lot of these are good questions. So the next one comes from our great fan Lauren. So she's been a big fan of our show, again, right from the start. So let's pass over to Lauren for her question.
Hey guys, just wanted to know, what is your most significant accomplishment today that no one knows of, and why?
There we go. So,
Most significant
accomplishment. And why? So, Lee?
I'd say mine was actually learning to drive, and I wish, looking back over the years, I wish I did it a lot sooner, because like the amount of freedom and everything I have now, and it's like when I first brought my first car, I remember driving down my mum and dad's street in like a little cul-de-sac, and then I put the song over the top of it, Proud by M People, what have you done today to make me feel proud, that one. But it did take me a good few years. I did it like the other way around. So I brought the car, was having lessons, brought a car, and then I was driving around in my car and having lessons. Then I kind of took a year off because I couldn't find the right driving instructor. Went to do manual and ended up doing automatic. Passed my practical first time and did the theory one. I passed it third, which was a pain. So the first time I did it, I got to say pass one, because it's in two parts. Pass one part, failed the other. Second time, it was the other way around. I was like, why can't you just add the numbers together? And then the third time I passed. It was amazing, literally such an amazing feeling. And even when I drove, they drive you back, so they drove me to mum and dad's house. I've got goose pimples. It's so, yeah, amazing day. And then I did the stereotypical photograph with the certificate, which was fabulous, amazing.
How old was you when you passed?
It was. I've been driving a year, December.
Really?
December gone, a
Yeah.
year. Yeah. So about a year and a half I've been driving.
Okay.
Wow. I passed when I was 17.
Yeah, I think I was 18.
Not to rub it in, Lee.
Not
I'm a late bloomer.
Finally.
I'm showing you a hand signal right now.
Oh, Rhys, what is your biggest accomplishment and why?
Well, first of all, I want to say, Lauren, you look beautiful, darling. My biggest compliment to me, most people know about my career, but it is my career, because when I was at school, my career advisor, whatever they're called, when I told her about I wanted to be a hairdresser, she said I'd never be anything. She said it was a pointless job, worthless, I'd never have anything. And I kind of want to meet this woman again and be like, look at me now, bitch. Excuse the French. But yeah, no, my compliment is my career. I mean, I've been hairdressing now 15 years. I've been teaching for 5, and didn't have to go to uni for it. I don't have any university debt. And all my friends are struggling with all this university debt, and here's me doing the same job that they are, on the same wage that they are, without any university degree.
That's good.
It is possible, people. It's not easy. You have to work hard, but it is possible.
It's true.
So that's my biggest one. What about you, Gareth?
Mine's is when I moved to Egypt. So another thing people might not know about me. I lived in Egypt for 2 years. I graduated university from a film degree. Yes, I did a film degree. This is why I'm the editor. And in 2010, I moved to a little place called El Guna in Hurghada in the Red Sea area of Egypt. It's a little man-made resort. I was there as an entertainer in a hotel team. And after 5 months or so, I was promoted to chief of animation, which was basically the entertainment team manager. And I took what was quite an okay activity schedule and changed things and implemented things. And I was in charge of kind of shows as well on the stage, changed some shows, added some new shows in. And I think just watching those kind of progress and become something big and successful, I felt really proud, because it's probably the only thing I'd actually managed to do and create creatively. And to be a manager over there in a Muslim country as a gay guy, it made me a very strong person. I had to be a strong person emotionally. So when I came back after a couple of years, I felt like I was a better person for it. I was a lot stronger for it. And I knew I could do things if I put my mind to it. And it has changed me. To this day, it's changed me. And I've always, when you'll find this, Rhys, when you eventually move back to the UK, when you've lived abroad, it's very difficult to let that go. It is very difficult because whilst I was there, I had a great time. It was also a difficult time. And when you're back in the UK, you living the mundane life and all this stuff and bad weather, you forget and you go, oh God, living abroad was amazing, blah, blah, blah. And then you forget it. There was some really tough times, but you forget that. You just remember the sun, sea, sand, your own pool. But it never leaves you. So I think of it constantly. And I sometimes have moments where I want to go back abroad. And I had a moment when I went to Dubai just to get away and work again, and it was a disaster. And that kind of scratched the itch and made me realise, actually, I'm happy in the UK. But it was still a huge accomplishment to say I lived in Egypt, achieved a lot, and I learned a lot, and I grew from it as a person.
It is hard. It's really hard to live abroad.
You're a foreigner.
I'm not being funny. I'm looking out right now, and I've got this amazing, beautiful view, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. But then you remember how hard you work and how much little you get paid, and
yes,
it is hard.
It is. But you will remember it forever, whenever you decide to come back.
Always.
So there you go, Lauren. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next one is from my gorgeous sister, Alicia. So here is her question.
Hi guys. So my question to you is, have you ever wished that you weren't gay? Do you think that your life could have or would have been a little bit easier if you weren't gay?
There we go. So I think we did touch on this question way back in episode 1 or 2 when we were telling our coming out stories. And I originally said yes. Growing up, you just wish you were normal. You wish you didn't have to be bullied for being different. Why don't you like the same as other people? So when I was younger, yes, I wanted nothing more to be straight. But now, hell no. I love being gay. What about you guys? Rhys?
Exactly the same. I mean, if you'd have asked me that question at the age of 14, I would have said, yes, make me straight. I would have been like, wave a magic wand to make me straight, make my life easy.
Yeah.
Because you do, when you're going through that period in your head, like we spoke about before, of trying to come to terms with the way you're feeling, you just want to be normal, whatever normal is.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as you. Now, hell no. I'm very happy.
Woo! Lee?
To be honest, I never had that feeling. Yes, we've all had a past, we've all been bullied and things like that. But I never actually, sat in my bedroom feeling low or anything. I've never actually said, I do not want to be this way. Obviously, initially, you don't know what it is that you're feeling. But then it moves forward over the years, and then you realise who you are, what you want to be. But I've kind of always said, from today to year dot of my life, everything, good or bad, that has happened in my life has made me the person I am today. It made people that love me, people that are friends with me. All the horrible stuff, all the fabulous stuff, all the amazing stuff, the different relationships I've gone through and separated from, and everything, good and bad, they've made me the person I am today. So people have thought, if you could go back, could you change anything? No. And even if, what about so-and-so, that was a really bad time in your life or something, that's like, yeah, but it's made me the person I am today. It's made me, meet you guys. It's, everything. I think everything kind of happens for a reason, good and bad. And, I was born to be gay. I'm fabulous.
Yeah.
Baby, I was born this way.
Exactly. So Alicia, thank you for that question. It's a good question. So the next question is from, again, someone we met through TikTok, and it's the lovely...
Hi guys, my question is, what's the longest relationship you've been in? My name's Grace Collins and I'm from Ireland.
Thank you, Grace Collins from Ireland. So my longest relationship is 5 years. Rhys?
Well, first of all, I love me some Irish accents, so hello. My longest relationship.
How many? How many years? It's not a difficult question.
Maybe if we could like cut this out a little bit. No, joking. 7 years.
7 years, wow, okay.
I mean, I've got a little confession, maybe something that people don't know about me. I actually haven't been single since I was 14.
Wow. So your longest relationship, what age were you?
I don't remember.
You just remember it was 7 years?
It was 7 years, and it was... I remember... Yeah, okay, I remember the person. Yeah, it was about 16?
I love how you're like, yes, I remember the person. 7 years. You're like...
I don't remember. This is really bad. I'm sorry, everyone.
So 7 years, 5 years. Lee?
Mine is probably, say, 2.5, 3 years. Say 2.5 years.
Okay. There you go, Grace. There's your answer. We've had a mix from 2.5 to 7. There you go, my love. Next question. We have our great friend Donnie. I know again through TikTok, a lot of these people we know through TikTok. Donnie is based up in Nairn in Scotland, and here is her question.
Okay, my question to you is, if you won £1 million, what would be the first thing that you would do? What would be the first thing that you bought?
Okay, let's go to Lee. Lee, what would be the first thing you bought if you won that lottery that you keep playing?
First thing I would buy is, either a car or a house or something like that, but a holiday for me and the family, and just so we could all go. But say if we won something big, I'd be like, right, come on, everyone, get your passport. We're going. We don't know where. Let's just all go, spend some time together, have a think, and then obviously then eventually, go into, I don't know, business plans. I've thought about this loads. My brother has got a list of literally bullet pointed who's getting what, how much they're getting. If they're too young, it goes into a separate account until they're 21 or 18. But yeah, I'd generally help out friends, family. I've kind of always said that I'd sort friends and family out with houses, cars, etc., and then myself, and then have a big holiday. Yeah.
Okay, Rhys?
I'm quite sensible with money, so I've always thought about it, and my first thing would be to buy a business, my own, and then whatever's left over would be holiday for family, things like that. But I would invest a lot of money into a business to keep that money growing. I'm quite money fabulous.
I would love to stay on the same. I'm getting better. The first thing I would do is buy a car and not tell anyone, and just rock up in like the fanciest car. Not too fancy. I'm not one of these people that want a big fancy Ferrari or a Porsche. I would just get like a car that might cost maybe like £100,000, and then I would just rock up at my mum and dad's or something. They'd be like beep beep, and they'd be like, oh my god, do you rob a bank or what did you do it? And then I would say to them, pack your bags, we're going to wherever, Mauritius or holiday. And then pack in your jobs, pay off the mortgage, and then live a great life.
Gotta be in it to win it.
Would be nice.
True. I do not play the lottery though.
Neither do I, and I really should.
And I'm like, if only I'll ever win $1 million. But like you just said, Lee, you've got to be in it to win it. But you'll share it if you win, it's fine.
And if I win, I'll invest in his business and I'll buy you a car.
Yeah.
You can buy us our own TV station that we can do real life.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So thank you very much, Donnie. I love that quiz.
I do.
Next we have the beautiful Mary. I'm also from TikTok.
Hi guys, it's Friday. That means one thing, real life gays, Jaffa cakes and cappuccino. So my first question for you is, what one piece of advice would you give a young guy who's struggling at home with his parents, struggling with his friends, and he wants to tell them that he's gay?
What one piece of advice would you give a young person who's struggling at home being gay? Rhys.
Me. Okay. I wish I had somebody to tell me some advice. You have to find somebody to talk to, somebody who can help, not understand, but help, because the only other people that would understand are people like us. So if you find somebody like us who's comfortable to talk to, that's amazing. You have to be yourself in life. You can't live by the people's rules. It's not a way to live. If your parents don't accept the gay lifestyle in any way whatsoever, you still have to be true to yourself. As your parents, they should still love you, I believe, and hopefully they're not the type of parents that would refuse to love you if you decided that you wanted to come out of the closet. You shouldn't be afraid to be who you are, but you need to make sure that you have somebody to talk to or to even get advice from. That would be my advice. It's quite hard to do it on your own if you feel that everyone's against you.
Lee?
Yeah, so similar. So if there's a young person out there, or even looking back, if I could go back to my 15-year-old self and say, it will get better. I know it's a struggle at the moment, but it does get better, and like Rhys said, try and speak to someone that you trust, and obviously the young 15-year-old would kind of know, hopefully, their parents, family quite well enough for them to be able to kind of judge if they can have that conversation with them or not. But I know when I was coming out, I had nothing but love from family, friends, and I kind of, it's the what ifs. I think people more, what if this happens? What if that happens? Most of my friends have had, quite a good experience coming out, which is amazing. And I think especially now, jumping forward to like say now, it's not a huge thing anymore. Yes, it is for the individual to physically come out, 100%, but it's more accepted now.
Yeah, I think it depends on what kind of family Mary's referring to. If she means someone who's struggling with being gay at home because they've got a family, they've got a very religious family that do not agree with it, then the advice would be a little bit different. It's easier to say, yeah, just come out and be exiled from your family. But like what we've said, ask us when we were 15, would we change being gay? Yes, but look at us now, 20s, 30s, we wouldn't, we love it. And that's why, we always say it gets better. So if you have to stay in the closet until you feel that it's safe to come out, do it. If you have people to confide in, whether it's your family or friends, do it. Or watch Real Life Gays. We're here. Message us, reallifegays@yahoo.com. We will help you.
Always here for advice. Always.
That's why we're doing this show, is for those young people watching at home who need to see that 3 guys from different backgrounds can be successful and have good lives. we're living proof. And none of us, well, we all had different upbringings, but we've all had our struggles. We're lucky that all of us, our friends and family, were accepted. But if your family aren't accepting, find someone who is, confide in them, always speak to someone, whether it's online or not, that'll make you feel better. Okay, thank you, Mary. So we're now going to back to Rhys's family. We've got a question from Rhys's mother. So here is, what's your mum called?
Lisa.
When you're out and about in normal days, it could be in the shops, in the clubs and everything, like, you know, have you really, guys, have you got a gaydar?
We were asked this question 3 times. People sent in this question. Is there such a thing as a gaydar? Or when you're out and about in a club, whether it's a straight club or a gay club, do you know by looking at someone if they're gay? And my answer is my gaydar is shocking. Okay? I think someone is gay and then they're not, and I'm like, oh, he must be that. I hate myself for even thinking that, because he could just be a very, you know, metrosexual, feminine straight guy, and that's fine. So I tend to not assume people are gay, but in the past, no, my gaydar is awful. To me, it doesn't exist.
Lady, what about
Me,
you?
I think over the years, mine's quite good. I'm just trying to think back at different scenarios and such when I've been in situations. And I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I think on the whole, yeah, But then I've had conversations with friends over the years, straight female friends, and some straight female friends of mine have gaydars. You know, but yeah, I think yes, there is such a thing as a gaydar. Obviously, some are more tuned in than others. Rhys, yourself?
Well, first of all, I want to say my mum was just a little bit tickled when she asked me that question. She's not going to like me for saying that. My answer would be, I think there is, but social media makes it quite easy to like stalk somebody to find out if they actually are gay or not.
True.
If I was out and about in a shop or a club, could I tell if somebody was gay? Yes. But then I don't know if it's a gaydar or if it's because I wish that they were. Do you know
Because
what I
you're
mean?
relying on stereotypes, you're relying on someone being camp or acting in a certain way that you deem to be gay or straight.
Yeah.
It's probably similar to a straight female walking down the aisle in Sainsbury's and clocking a guy. Does that guy fancy me or not? And then, you know, you might have a connection, you might lock eye contact and things like that. So it's probably similar to that as well. So in like the gay world, the gaydar could be, yes, you could physically look at someone and see, oh yes, they are gay. But if you know, meet over the checkout counter, you're like, you clock eyes, like, oh, how? Like, you know.
That's when it's more difficult for gay guys. Because if you're in a gay club, clearly the percentage of, you know, there's a chances of someone being gay are quite high. If you're in a supermarket or walking down the high street and you pop someone, it's still a little bit risky to start up a conversation, flirt, ask someone out, or give someone a compliment, unless you're 100% sure they're gay, because you don't know what kind of person they are. They could be offended. Hopefully not. You know, everyone wants to be gay or straight. But
I'd be flattered.
Harder. You know?
I would be flattered if I was straight and a gay guy come up to me and was like, oh, hi. I'd be like, oh, this is really sweet, but no.
Yeah, it's true. But I think it's just a little bit harder. And that's when, if you had a button, you could press and go, oh, he's gay, that's fine. So I think if the person is a stereotype, then it might be easier to tell if they're gay. But again, I don't like to stereotype people. So for me, my gaydar is awful. Lee's gaydar is fabulous. And Rhys, it depends.
I'm a lot older, so I've probably had a lot more experience.
So hopefully that answers your mother's question.
I'll ask her in a minute.
Next up, we have Brandy.
Hi guys. So what I'd like to know is, from your perspective, what are some of the biggest misconceptions that have been brought to your attention or you'd like to debunk in regards to relationships and being gay? Let me know.
I like this question.
That's a good question.
So, Rhys, you first.
When people say who's the boy and who's the girl, stop. We're both boys, we're both men. Or if you're a lesbian, you're both women.
Yes.
Stop saying that. It doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah.
And then you have to go into like a whole stereotypical thing of, well, he does the washing up, but I do this, so I don't know. Do you understand? Like, it really winds me up. I just think we're both men. Why does there need to be a boy and a girl? That's a straight relationship. It's just not a straight relationship. That's one of my biggest ones, I'd say.
Same. Mine was exactly the same. There's always that misconception that one of them is the woman, one of them is the man, which, are they referring to the bedroom because you're more women if you are the receiver of sex? And I can't stand, again, that narrow, ignorant way of thinking.
Yeah.
Because it's so not true. And that I've had friends and family and people that I know ask me, like, oh, we're both husband, or we're both the boyfriend, or we're both the same, we're both men. You know what I mean? You don't mean it to offend, and I know that, but that's something that really grates my cheek.
Oh. I never get offended by it. Hang on a minute, just sort my lighting out because I can't actually see any of you.
Lee?
The same, to be honest. Yeah, so it's who's the man, who's the husband, who's the wife type thing. But then it could be like down to, like, say, an age thing, over the years, because 20, 30, 40 years ago, the gay life wasn't as much out there that it is now. Or the fact that, just gay people in general, whether you're in a relationship or not, you're always happy, you're always bubbly and everything that, I bet your life is amazing. Oh yeah, it's just a normal life, it's exactly the same as yours. If I was in a relationship with someone and a straight couple are in a relationship, they'd probably have the same amount of arguments, upsets, good positive days, happy days. It's a relationship, a man and a man, woman and a woman, man and a woman. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So many that we could go on about, like.
No, this is a whole other episode.
I know, so many questions we ask, and I just think, what are you asking me this question for? It doesn't make sense.
There's a lot of these questions we've received that we can totally elaborate and make into a whole hour-long episode. So we're trying to answer them quite quickly, but we could pick some of these back up and go and do a full episode, because there's
happy to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this question I could carry on.
Those are our main ones, Brandy. So hopefully that answers it for now.
Never ask a gay guy who's the boy and who's the girl.
Yes.
Doesn't
make